Tundra guys, TWC, TIG Welding Creations. Let's talk about dumps. We're changing up the way the dump is. We're going to keep it like this now. There's not going to be one piece welded to another piece and having all kinds of different welds on there because we have a jig. We finally have a jig. So now I can stand these babies straight up, cut it down and have a razor nice sharp cut. And then the exhaust will basically blow down towards the ground, hence the word dump. So it dumps towards the ground. Now, before, the cut used to be, kind of like this, and it wasn't a straight dump towards the ground. I didn't like that setup because if you had it that way, the exhaust wouldn't really aim towards the ground, and then you're going to heat up the diff. And I did not want the hot gases to come out and heat up the diff in the back by the axle, and then now you've got a hot diff. That's that's not good. So we've changed it up. I've always wanted to change things, whether it's any product to make it better. If it's finally maxed out to the best it can be, then we just leave it like that. But I'm always doing upgrades. I'm always doing improvements, different versions, version 1, version 1.2. So as you can see, we've got the bandsaw set up as usual. I've got a clamp in here. We can cut it straight down. I've got the cheapest prices for the dumps. These are going to be 120 bucks, and they're just welded to the flange for people who want dumps. Now, what are dumps for? What are dumps? People are asking, well, what the hell is this for? Two things. People that do overlanding, people that do crawling, people that do extensive amount of crawling over rocks. They don't want to destroy their axle back where the tailpipe sticks out from the back of the truck, because that thing's just, moving across the rocks. And I've seen people rip these off, their exhaust back there. Now, when you have a dump, this is up there against the muffler. It can't really hit anything. It's out of the way of obstructions like trees and logs and rocks and all kinds of stuff. So that's what it does. Number two, when you get rid of the axle back, if you're running a stock muffler, it's going to make it a little bit louder. And some people like that with the stock exhaust. And I'm talking about the stock one that's right there. Now, if you add this to it, it's really not going to be loud because that muffler cuts down quite a bit of the sound. Now, if you add it to basically my exhaust, my system that I make, it's going to sound pretty cool. I've got it on my truck. So if you run that, it sounds actually pretty cool. I'm running a dump myself just because I like the dump sound over the axle back sound, and that's just my personal preference. So that's what I'm doing. But anyways, back to the jig. We've got a jig. We can start cutting these. These are 120 bucks for the dump. If you have any questions, TIG Welding Creations at gmail.com, just like how it's spelled, or you can text me, call me, 832-881-3430. Have a great day, guys.